Terry St. Marie. I am the director of this organization called Prévention contre NDG. We've been around since 1988, and thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us. That was the mot de bienvenue. On va commencer avec, on va faire des introductions. By the way, on va faire ça dans les deux langues, en anglais, that we always do. On parle les deux en même temps. Right, Brigitte? Yeah.
Anglais, c'est français et anglais. C'est correct.
Franglais, c'est une autre langue. C'est vrai. So I will introduce you to the board. Simeon Pompey, some of you know, is on his way from Dawson. He's driving probably too fast. Steve Freya is a vice president, our vice president, not a vice president. Simeon, the invisible man. Carl Thomas is the représentant des employés, so he's the person they speak to when there's a problem. Claudine Perrault is one of our administrators, administratrice, and Joe Lambert is our secretary, because he takes great notes. Next on this agenda is, we have to introduce the staff. Marc, tu as dit que pour prendre des photos, on va prendre beaucoup de photos aujourd'hui, parce que c'est notre AGA, and we like to take pictures.
For those who, s'il y en a parmi vous qui ne se sentent pas à l'aise avec ça, sentez-vous à l'aise de nous en faire part. Évidemment, on va mettre éventuellement ça en ligne sur notre site web, etc. Donc c'est pour promouvoir un peu les activités qu'on fait. Mais s'il y en a qui sont mal à l'aise avec ça, sentez-vous bien à l'aise.
Also today, we are doing an experiment. We are doing a Facebook Live event. So we have some people who are in their homes watching this. So we're very excited about trying this out to see how it works. Nuha, I don't know where she, oh, Nuha va faire un commentaire. Nuha works for our Éco-Quartier. She's going to be doing a running commentary on what's going on and what's happening. So if you see her whispering to herself, she's actually talking to some people who are anxiously awaiting this moment from their home. That'll be cool. Maintenant, on va introduire l'équipe. There's a lot of them, so please be patient. We'll start right here. We're going to go by department or color or family or whatever.
Hi, Alain Carrière, directeur des programmes pour Prévention contre NDG.
Brigitte. Tandem, Hero. Geneviève, who we never call Geneviève, we call her G-Bird. Éco-Quartier, Nikki.
Hi, Éco-Quartier.
Bill.
Hi, my name is Bill Roy. I work for the Éco-Quartier NDG.
Adina.
Adina Francesco, chargée des projets Éco-Quartier de
Naz.
Nazma Said, Éco-Quartier NDG.
Yuha.
Nuha à l'Éco-Quartier.
Next color, Outreach. Marc. Patrick. Fred. Ambrose. Carl. Who am I missing? Oh yeah. And then our two outreach people for another population, seniors. Annie. Miranda.
Miranda, outreach worker for the seniors at BG.
Miranda is our newest member to join us. Hypersexualisation. Hey.
Hi, Fanny, outreach worker with teenage girls here in Côte-des-Neiges. And Julie, who was with us in 2016. I'm going to represent her today also.
She's with us in spirit. She's
Not
going
that.
on to another position, which we're kind of sad. We said we're sad and happy. We're sappy. And last but not least, Jennifer. That is it. Well, we're gonna just do a little special mention because they're kind of like our nieces. Caddy and Bridget. Caddy is the director of the Walkley Center, and Bridget of the Loyola Association des Développement des Jeunesse de Loyola. Oh, you guys. I forgot your color.
Jaune, artiste muraliste.
Elle n'aime pas le jaune, malheureusement.
Je m'excuse.
Moi, je me représente Marc, je suis responsable des communications pour le Festival Art Urbain, mais maintenant responsable des communications pour le Urbain.
You know, it's not a real day unless I forget something. Or a couple of
You're
things.
not a robot.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. Okay, so we're going to start this meeting. Everybody's been introduced, and let's try to get a chairperson. Nicole, would you like to nominate a chairperson for today's meeting? Jerry?
I would like to nominate Jerry for
We've practiced all week, people. Do we have a seconder? Oh, Brigitte. That's great. Jerry, would you like to come and help chair today's meeting?
Bring my vodka.
You may need it. Everyone, this is Jerry Lafferty.
Well, hello everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome, bienvenue à votre Assemblée Générale Annuelle, to your annual general meeting. My name is Jerry Lafferty, and I am the Executive Director of New Hope Senior Citizen Center in NDG. 5-minute New Hope. New Hope's been around for 38 years. Our mandate is to alleviate senior isolation. And we have all kinds of programs, activities. We have a bus. But I'm very proud to say that we're the biggest Meals on Wheels provider in Western Montreal. And it's growing. So how I got here today, I have no clue. Miranda and Terry tricked me. They told me I was coming for lunch. So welcome. And do we have a quorum?
We do.
We have a
I'll
quorum.
explain why after.
Nomination of chair for the meeting.
That would be you.
It's me. It's done. Secretary.
I'd like to propose Joe.
I'll second that.
You're going to second it, Miranda? Joe, you're secretary. We'll take notes when you're busy doing other things.
Does everyone have an agenda? We need someone to adopt the agenda.
I just wanted to mention that Jerry has recently been awarded the National Assembly Award of Merit.
Oh, wow.
I fooled somebody. I fooled somebody. So could we have someone to adopt the agenda, please? Peter McQueen, seconded. Annie, all in favor?
Okay, Joe?
An adoption of last year's minutes, and it has to be done by someone who was here last year, I believe.
That's right. Oh, Nuha.
Nuha, seconded by Nikki. And it says here we're to point out some special guests. Well, I know there's City Councillor Peter McQueen. Everybody knows Peter McQueen. I have to say, NDG's 3 amazing community officers, Isabel, Claire, and Anne-Nathalie. I don't know a lot of people here, so are there other special guests? Everybody's special.
Come on down.
The commander, Mr. O'Malley, welcome, bienvenue. And so right now, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's Joe's talk show.
You know, we're always looking for a way to give out our notre rapport annuel, notre programmation. I just want to say while Joe gets set up, cette rencontre ici, c'est 2 heures. Mais there is no way we could cover everything that this staff does in 2 hours. So I know that, you know, there's just so much that we could tell you, and there's so much stuff that gets done, and unfortunately with a 2-hour meeting, I mean, we could have a 12-hour meeting, but no one would come. We're going to be giving you a highlight, and each color, each representing a department, will be getting 5 minutes. It's certainly not enough to hear everything that goes on here. So if you're interested, please, you know, let us know. interested in a specific program, if you're, you know, if you want to sit down with the Éco-Quartier people, with outreach, whatever, please feel free to do that, because comme on a dit, c'est vraiment un petit fenêtre de qu'est-ce qu'on fait durant l'année. Joseph.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. Good evening. Good afternoon, bon après-midi tout le monde. Welcome to Joe's Show. Welcome. Welcome. I'd like to introduce my first guest from Tandem Côte-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, Iro Pilokivi. Welcome. Welcome, come, have a seat with me, have a seat here. So let's just paint a picture here for everybody of what this show is really about. So it's about, c'est vraiment pour mieux connaître nos employés et de juste donner un tout petit peu d'informations personnelles dans chaque programme. So just to give a little bit of personal information from each program and just to get to know our staff just a little bit better. So as you know, Tandem Montreal is the crime prevention program for the city of Montreal, tout ce qui est sécurité, prévention. So Iro, how long have you been working for prevention with Côte-des-Neiges NDG?
About 12 years.
12 years. Fantastic. That's way too long. Sorry, it's kind of like, we're going to do this fast, like speed dating without drinking. In your experience, dans votre expérience ici à Côte-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, parce que nous, on est mandatés pour sentiment de sécurité de la publique, where people, it's to find out, you know, if people feel safe in the community. So, in your experience, in your opinion, do people feel relatively safe in Côte-des-Neiges NDG?
Overall, I think they do. Of course, there's always things coming up, new trends, and things like that. So, I mean, overall, if they wouldn't, we would have heard about it.
And a little birdie told me, and I don't know this for sure, but we have a very good relationship with our police officers from both stations, which help us do our work a lot of what's happening, what we need to be aware of when there's break-ins, when there's things like that. So I think that must help you.
Oh, for sure. Any information from the community, the citizens, or any other organization like the CDN helps our job, and I think in return we help them too.
Génial. That's a great answer. It's great having you, Iro.
Thank you.
See you. Take care. Good job. Thank you, Iro. If I can get Nikki from Éco-Quartier up here. Nikki. Welcome. How are you? Have a seat. Come. You're very welcome. As you know, Éco-Quartier is the environmental program for Côte-des-Neiges, for more specifically NDG. Côte-des-Neiges also has one. Now, how long have you been with Prevention in Éco-Quartier?
I was lucky enough to join Prevention's team in December 2008.
You have to do the math for me. How long is it?
So this year will be my 9th anniversary.
9. Congratulations, 9 years. Not bad. Not bad. And I know, cette année, on a vu beaucoup de changements dans notre quartier au niveau des bacs de compostage aussi. Je sais très bien que chez Éco-Quartier, ils ont beaucoup de bénévoles à gérer. C'est des étudiants, des bénévoles. There's lots of coming and going. And plus, it's one of the only organizations, aside from community centers, that actually receives people like citizens from the public to get compost bins, to get their bins, the recycling bins. So I just wanted to know, are people receptive to these changes? Like the compost bins, it was a big undertaking. It's a change of habits. So do you find the citizens receptive?
It's really interesting for us because I'd say it's a 50-50 split right now. There are definitely citizens, when we show up at their door to tell them that the program's coming, they look at us and all they say is, "Yay! I've been waiting for this," which of course makes our job so much easier and reaffirms what we're doing. There are some citizens who are a little bit less impressed that this is coming, but we always try and make it really positive for them and let them understand that this is a good change for the environment and why it's going to happen.
Changement, c'est pas toujours facile.
Pas toujours.
Just changer mes bas. Thank you very much,
Thank
Nikki.
you,
Thank
sir.
you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
afternoon. Thank you, Nikki. And I wanted to give out a special shout out to Nuha from the Eco NDG for her work in schools. I'm in the schools, and all they talk about is Nuha, and I'm jealous. Can I Annie from Outreach. Annie, Tico! Oh, come on down. She's had too much coffee. Yeah, coffee, sure. Coffee or pills, we don't know.
Coffee, I'm not used to coffee.
Bienvenue Annie, merci beaucoup d'être là. Ça fait combien de temps que vous êtes à Prévention Côte-des-Neiges?
Moi, ça fait 1 an et demi que je suis ici.
1 an et demi, déjà, ça passe vite. Ça passe vite. C'est sûr que ça serait bien d'avoir plus de temps, parce que n'oublie pas que Annie aujourd'hui représente tout le monde du outreach. Puis ça c'est tous les âges. Ok, alors on a des aînés jusqu'aux ados, aux plus petits et tout. Et leur succès est vraiment mesuré cas par cas. On peut passer juste une rencontre long, juste parler cas par cas ce qu'ils font les travailleurs de outreach. Alors Annie était gentille de représenter tout le monde. Puis ma question, je pense pour vous et vous autres, entre autres, c'est comment rester motivé? Parce que cas par cas, ça doit être difficile. Tu entends des histoires tristes, des fois des histoires d'horreur, ce qui se passe soit avec des personnes âgées, des jeunes. Comment vous restez motivé? Comment tu te motives dans ce cadre de travail?
Bien, c'est sûr que la première motivation, c'est les histoires à succès. Our success stories, donc de savoir qu'on a fait une différence dans la vie de quelqu'un puis qu'on a vraiment contribué à améliorer sa qualité de vie. C'est bien motivant. Puis aussi, outreach, the way we work is we reach out to people, so they don't come to us, so we get to reach people who would not be reached by services otherwise. So I think this is very important.
And I can say you do a heck of a job. Thank you very much.
You.
Thank you. Peter, go. Oh, this is going to be good. Fanny, can I please have Fanny, our travailleuse du milieu de l'emploi? Welcome. No, I didn't have an order. Excuse me. First of all, how long have you been at Prep? No?
I've been working at Trev since 3 ans.
3 ans, quand même. Je m'excuse. Pour celui qui m'entend pas en arrière, je m'excuse, c'est vrai.
On va parler plus fort.
Premièrement, je veux juste dire, mon opinion, Fanny, c'est une superstar ici. Vraiment là, c'est un superstar dans notre organisme. Et c'est sûr, and Fanny has taught me a lot personally in this job. You know, questioning. You always in community you learn different values and you question your values and I guess I didn't know really what feminism was before we met each other, and now I do. So, you can learn some. Fanny, d'après vous, vous travaillez avec des jeunes, spécifiquement des jeunes filles adolescentes à l'école La Voie ici à Côte-des-Neiges. Mythe versus réalité. Qu'est-ce que des jeunes femmes a besoin dans notre communauté? Qu'est-ce qui manque pour eux, d'après vous?
Ce qui est vraiment intéressant de travailler avec des filles adolescentes, c'est qu'il n'y a pas un portrait type. Puis c'est ça qui fait que ça prend une intervention qui est polyvalente, puis qui comprend la complexité des vécus des filles, parce que tu as des filles qui veulent faire plus de sport, des filles qui ont vraiment besoin d'éducation sexuelle, d'autres filles qui veulent s'impliquer au niveau du bénévolat, dans les arts, dans la musique, dans la communauté. Donc, c'est difficile de dire qu'il y a un modèle de filles adolescentes et qu'on doit faire une intervention adaptée. Je pense que c'est de développer plusieurs outils qui vont permettre de rejoindre le plus possible, le plus grand range d'expériences et de vécu que les filles ont.
Et je sais très bien que vous avez beaucoup de succès dans votre travail. Merci. Thank you. Oh, it's fun. I would get over and break a hip-hop move, but I can't do it. I'll hurt myself. Can I get Mark Paderulo-Bushman? Mark. Welcome, Mark. Please join me. I'd offer you something to drink, but budget cuts. You know, welcome. Toi, ça fait longtemps quand même que vous êtes avec Prévention Côte-des-Neiges NDG. Combien de temps?
11 ans.
11 ans. Now remember, not too many, there's a lot of déroulement communautaire, you know, it's not always, sometimes it's a stepping stone to another work, you know, to another job, and I know you've worked very hard in school and stuff as well. You've seen 11 festivals, now 11 festivals hip-hop, you don't stop.
Yep.
T'as vu une tonne de murales peintées avec votre collègue Guillaume, des camions. Je sais pas, je pense pas qu'on peut compter des 1000 de personnes qui ont venu à nos festivals de hip-hop. Vous avez vu, qu'est-ce que vous avez vu comme changement au niveau du festival dès le début et la dernière?
Ben écoute, il y a eu beaucoup de changements, beaucoup d'évolutions. En partant, la première édition qu'on avait fait en 2005, c'était une subvention qu'on avait eue du CNPC qui a parti ce programme-là. Puis c'était en fait, ça consistait en 4 événements mensuels qui ont eu lieu dans diverses périodes de l'année. Tandis qu'après ça, à partir de l'édition suivante, on a décidé de faire vraiment un vrai festival qui avait lieu sur quelques jours. À partir de 2013, il y a eu une évolution importante qui est arrivée et c'est survenu. Et c'est notre collaboration avec l'organisme culturel Elementality, avec qui on travaille depuis 2013 et avec qui on coordonne, en fait, co-présente l'événement. D'ailleurs, gros changement cette année, moi j'ai coordonné le festival pendant 10 ans. Et puis depuis donc 2016, c'est Emilio Orellana à côté qui coordonne le festival maintenant. Et vraiment, ça a amené un souffle nouveau au festival, dans le sens où on a mis ensemble nos deux réseaux de contacts. Et bon, cette année, en 2016, le plus grand changement, c'est qu'il y a eu 5 jours de programmation, donc c'était une grosse édition.
Puis je sais quand ça a été commencé, c'est sur 2 jours ou 2 fins de semaine, et là sur 5 jours. And this year there's like drones flying overhead and all this crazy stuff.
2016, yeah.
Wow. I was at the first one, and I've also seen it grow, and I can say that whether you were in charge or with Elementality, it's always a big success, and you're always a big part of that success. So I'd like to say
Merci beaucoup.
Last, certainly not the least by any means, let's have my good pal, Jennifer Chapman, join me. Broccoli All right. I'm uncomfortable. You smell good. Sorry. How long have you been outside now, Jen?
2.5-ish years.
2.5 fish. Okay. I can also say I know what you do in the community. I know you do a fantastic job. I also know it's a very difficult job to empower citizens. You're in the Walkley, Fielding, Montclair area, along with other colleagues, Ambrose Caddy, who's working down at the center as well. And I know also that you have to kind of be a one-stop shop. C'est vraiment difficile quand quelqu'un qui est là pour mobilisation, excuse-moi pour mon français, c'est difficile parce que il faut jouer plusieurs rôles au même temps. Whether it's housing, whether it's recreation, whether it's whatever. So, on a personal level, what would you like to see happen for the residents in that sector?
First, I want to say that I did years of outreach, like one-on-one outreach with people. So it's just the last year and a half that I'm working with a community, and I feel really lucky because with Caddy, as you mentioned, at the Walkley Center, and Bridget at Loyola, who are super welcoming and helpful, and the residents group, the Fielding Walkley residents group, there's a core group. It's not a big one, but it's a really special group of really motivated people. And what I would like to see happen is that I could spend, like that mobilization initiative would be more resident-led. Like I want to be there providing resources and tools and be a part of it, but I would love to see
them decide.
Them have more power and more, decision making, and because they have some amazing ideas. They're super motivated. They work really hard, and I would love to see them be able to take it into their hands and run it.
That's a heck of an answer, and you win. You win the grand prize. I don't know what it is, but you won. Thank you, Jen. Alors, on on est à la fin de mon partie du rapport. S'il vous plaît, prends-en une copie, soit en anglais, en français, lisez votre copie. S'il te plaît, visite notre site web. Toutes les informations sont là. On essaye fort de mettre à jour ce qu'on fait. Aussi, go like, join our Facebook, share our Facebook. And if you yourself would like to take any pictures today, we would definitely promote that. Take as many pictures as you want. Just remember maybe to hashtag Prévention Côte-Neige NDG so that it appears on our Facebook so that we can start to spread the word a little bit about what we do. Thank you, and that's my show.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. You know, from an outsider's view, I've been working in nonprofit for over 30 years, and my radar is pretty good. And I think Terry has an amazing team. You see the humor, the pride, the caring, the continuity of people who work here. And I think Prévention NDG to me is in really good hands. So congratulations to everybody. This is the serious part now where Terry's going to come up and tell you about the finances and administration. So enjoy this part.
My favorite part. I just wanted to mention really, that the fireplace was made from our students from New Hampshire who come and visit with Éco-Quartier on an annual basis. And this year they made us the fireplace for Joe's talk show. It's really warm in here and I'm blaming the fireplace. So next year maybe they can do an air conditioner. Ça c'est notre carte d'intervention en 2016. You could say by color is what you see behind the board. Simeon Pompey, everyone.
Hey, welcome.
Before you saw some colors go by and some statistics for each program, each color. And if you had added up all the numbers at one point, we are proud to announce that we reached 50,000 people this year in 2016. So that's quite a number, and that's due to the staff. 50,000. Wow.
What are the different colors that?
Well, the different colors match the different colors that are
The programs,
there. So the reds are where tandem. Ooh. The reds are where the tandem
That was
people
one of the
were.
questions on the test.
Really? So those are the numbers and how many people were reached, plus other stats that we threw in there. But you'll be able to read about that. Don't let that bog you. Now the fun part. Everyone has a copy of our financial report. Our financial report is looked over by a man by the name of Frank Santillo. He's been doing our books for the past few years. I don't have the paper in front of me, but I can tell you that our revenue, oh look at this. Nos revenus sont 975 000 dollars, I believe. I should know this because, I've only been staring at it for weeks. 975 000 dollars revenue, and we spent $1,102,000, 408. Unfortunately, there is someone missing today, and that's our treasurer. Not because it's whatever, but he is at home recuperating from some tests. He promises he'll be back real soon. He wishes he could be here today because he could have done this part. But anyway. And this is what we've spent our money on. You could see $743,000 is on the 23 staff who work for Prévention Côte-Neige. Wow. $118,000 is on avantages sociaux. That's all the taxes that are taken off them. Their medical insurance, vacation pay, all that fun stuff. The rest of the stuff I'm not really sure. Oh, there you go. Réparation essence permis. Salaries, achat de petits équipements, événements et rencontres, l'assurance, en horaire professionnel, our accountant, the guy who comes in and checks our payroll program. Déplacement, for those of us who they have their bus passes paid or their cars. Formation pour le personnel, fourniture, matériel, service. Administration, that's where Al and Brigitte and I get paid from the 10% that we charge all the programs that we run. Télécommunications, loyer, hydro taxes, contractuel, impression for the copy, and the composters, the money that goes in for those. Did you want to know where the money came from? Let's do that. The big one, our biggest funder, these people right here, is the arrondissement, because they provide money for the TAN program, the Éco-Quartier, and some of the développement social monies we get for outreach. Ville-Centre, aussi, c'est un peu de tandem et gang de rue. They give us money. SOCON, a year and a half ago, the application for Éco-Quartier went out, and the city decided that they were only going to fund one organization. No, they were going to work with one organization, and they chose the organization in Côte-de-Neige, although we subcontract from them and we still run the Éco-Quartier in NDG. So-called, the city writes them a check and they write us the check. Minister of Sécurité Publique, Community Jeunesse, for Ça bouge dans le parc. The Minister for ITMAV, which pays for A-Shop. Those are the great muralists that Guillaume works for, that we do a lot of work with them. CJ NDG, Ville de Montréal, Expression Culturelle for hip-hop. Entente Ville-Metz for Al, for Fruit la Communauté.
and Leaders Club.
Centrade, which pays for Jennifer's salary, but is given to the Démarche de Revitalisation, Fielding Walkley, but we're fiduciary. Santé Publique, Département CSSS de la Montagne, that pays for Patrick. Maison des Jeunes Outremont, Espace-Temps, also Patrick. Patrimoine Canada, which helped for hip-hop. Service Canada, which paid for all our summer students in our various programs. Equitas, which gave us a little bit of money for Fanny's program, Fanny and Julie's program. Ville de Montréal Mural, PAM.
Projet d'art mural.
Projet d'art mural, which paid for the beautiful Programme d'art mural, which paid for the beautiful new mural, relatively new Melrose de Maisonneuve. And CKUT, which helped with funding for we're going to be taking questions at the end of all this, so write them all down so you don't forget them. How's that? What did I forget? What did I forget now?
Défi, priorité.
Oh, look at that. Oh. We love our jobs, but we have some challenges. Some of them have been challenges que ça fait des années, mais d'autres c'est plus nouveau. Manque d'espace. Community space is an issue for everybody. You all know that, and I really don't have to tell you. I think soon we'll be sharing desks. That's okay. Manque d'équipement à jour. Costs a lot of money to renew. A lot of us use our own computers now sometimes, trying to keep up with the fast-paced world. Am I pacing? Yes, I am. Augmentation de la demande. Oh, yeah. The requests to work, for the staff to work are increasing, but our number of staff are not. So, we're trying to do more with less, or with equal, which really means less, because as you know, or as you may not know, we don't get any core funding. Prévention Côte-de-Neige NDG doesn't get any, what did you call that yesterday, Jerry?
PSOC.
PSOC funding yet. although I'll be applying for it, but I know that it won't come right away, maybe in 50 years or so. But until then, we rely on charging each program that comes in 10%. But now, some of the programs that are coming in want us to charge 8%. So, you know, Hydro goes up, and administration costs seem to be going down, which really sucks. Différence des normes et critères pour les différents bailleurs de fonds. Right. Because we run 23 programs, each program comes with its different set of criteria. So we're juggling a lot. So they say, okay, you can pay this group $50 an hour, and it's not true. I'm just giving you an example. That could happen. These guys can make $50 an hour, but these guys, you still have to pay them $5 an hour. So, you know, and we're trying to stay harmonious in the staff. So I don't think the $50 an hour people or the $5 an hour people really want to work with the 50. They'll work with them, but they'll say, you make $50 an hour. Why am I doing this? Because I make $5. So we're trying to make sure that the bailleurs de fonds know that we need a certain criteria base level for everyone. Pour l'équipe de outreach, de travailler avec les jeunes ou les aînés sur la rue, ça peut être vraiment difficile. Puis ils sont seuls, toujours, ou presque toujours. Et on ne peut pas engager des équipes de 2 personnes par projet. So Annie works alone, Miranda works alone. Of course, we're here, but we're not out there with them. The outreach, you know, the street workers and everybody, they are alone. So they do all, you know, they do their one-on-ones with their people, with the people that they work with. They also do outreach to potentially new people. So it gets more and more difficult. And some cases need a lot more follow-up than we can really give for full time. So they are isolated, but we try to get them to work together. But again, it's like time. Like everybody needs, you know, some time together inside. And the good old, this staff is severely underpaid. They have been for 20-some years. They continue to be. And again, the project's monies aren't going up as fast as even the cost of living, even the 2%. I don't think we've been indexed for. Did I just say?
Yeah. I'll have the notes say.
Well, it's better than yada yada yada, which I said 1 year. So this year, 2017, we are going to do a real membership committee. I've always, in the past, when people say, hey, what about your membership? And we always said, our members are the people that receive our services. Mais c'était vraiment jamais formel. Just, oh, you got a home security visit? You're a member now. So we never formalized it, we never put it in writing, but now we're really going to start working with real members. That's why you're all here today, and it didn't have to be just for our members. It's open to the public. Anybody can come and learn about what we do. So a membership committee, an internal membership committee, and a real membership drive that we're going to do at the end of the year. We're working on continuing to strengthen the board of directors. We're going to be working on internal communications. We had a retreat avec the great people from COCO at the beginning of last year. And these were some of the things that were developed or that we had discussed all together as a team. We're going to look at all our internal committees. We have a lot of them. And I'm trying to make sure that the staff are doing what they're supposed to be doing and not sitting in meetings all the time. We need a communication strategy.
Okay. Turn the first name.
Okay, good. And obviously, we're going to be looking for new sources of funding, et aussi peut-être un peu de financement de base. I don't get it. Jerry,
This is the fun part of AGMs.
how are we doing in time? How are we
It is time for two there, young fella?
No, but I guess we're doing all right.
Okay, it's time to adopt the annual report. You guys have it in front of you. I'm really jealous of this. I'm showing this to my board. This is a beautifully done annual report, I think. And I'm very jealous of it. So, we need someone to propose and second the annual report, please. Nikki proposes, seconded by?
I'll say zero.
Good. All in favor? That's done. The next is adoption of the financial statement. Nikki passed them around. I need someone to propose that, please.
Anyone?
Get your name in the minutes. Take.
Anyone?
Bridget, seconded by?
Brigitte?
Simeon, all in favor? Okay, it's going over real well. The next is adoption of your next year's auditor, Mr. Frank Santillo, CPA. He's the man who did it this year. So I need a proposer for Mr. Santillo. Simeon, and seconded by Bridget again. This is going real.
Who is seconded?
Bridget, all in favor?
Brigitte or Brigitte?
Brigitte or Brigitte?
So that we just whipped through that pretty darn good. Now Terry again to talk about membership and elections.
Oh, me again?
Yeah.
Well, I will make it très court. Comme j'ai déjà dit, on va travailler sur une comité d'adhésion pour prévention cotonnage NDG. That's what we're going to do. That's good. In terms of membership, but now I think we're going to be doing the election. We're zipping through this. Something wrong?
No?
It's the animator is amazing.
Okay. Okay, I'm just
He's
making
very
sure.
animated.
Slow it down.
Let's do the employee rep first since it's one.
Okay, we're gonna do employee rep first, so, and he's not even here, he's stirring his coffee. So, those of you who work for Prevention, Cotonnage, NDG, I need a show of hands, that you say it's okay that Carl be your representative for another year.
Yeah.
This guy? Carl, are you sure? Thank you, Carl.
Love you, man.
Appreciate it.
That's a 1 year, just so for the public, that's a 1 year mandate.
Yeah.
And then anyone else who's interested in the post after can apply.
The board of directors a perdu 2 personnes cette année. Maybe you can help me with Bob's last name that I always mess up, and that's not Kyo Vietcom.
Yeah.
Bob used to work for us as a park animator, and then we invited him to join the board, which he did, and he spent a couple of years with us. He did really good. It's just that he's working 2 jobs, and he works at Mountain Sites also. Does after school.
Yeah, he takes care of the team
Team program.
program.
So he had to leave us, which was, we were sad to see him go. Hopefully we'll be seeing him again in a social, in the near future. And for those of you who know Helen Guy, who was our president for 11 years, as Joe would say, forever. What did Helen do? Helen helped with the NDG Food Depot. She was one of the original veterans at Benny Farm in the 40s. Sharon, you might be able to help me with her long list. Oh, sorry.
She started the first tenant association on record in Canada that I know of was at the Benny Farm Tenants Association.
Yes. She started a play group at St. Monica's. It's Benny Farm Tenants. She was very involved. She runs Monkland Center. Very involved with Benny, the pool and everything, and the park that went in there in the 40s. After the war, she's a veteran. And after meeting with her, again, she has decided not to present herself for election. She's going to retire, or she said retire maybe temporarily and come back. We'll see. And we are going to be doing something special for her in the future. We just would have run out of time today, and we want to make sure that she's here. So she has also, she would have liked to have been here, but she's got mobility issues, so hopefully she's watching us on Facebook Live. So, I think we're going to do elections. Was it you or me, Jared?
I think you.
Oh, okay, great. Steve Freya. Oh no, we have posts, right? Is that it? On a cat post? What is it? Okay. Okay. So, and I'll just check. I know we've spoken to people, you know, I would think I would know. Dr. Steve Freya, retired philosophy professor at Champlain College. Would you like to stay on the board of directors of Prévention Coordination?
Absolutely.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Yay. Simeon, it was time for your. Simeon is the director of Communion NDG, one of the directors. Time for your renewal. Simeon, what say you?
Yes? I couldn't hear that answer.
He said mumble, mumble, absolutely.
Yes?
If committed, he will stay.
Okay, right. I would also like to propose Annick Munyana to join the board of directors of Prévention Coordination NDG. Annick. Yes. Annick works for the NDG Community Council, but also lives in Cotonnet. She's raising a young family here, and we are excited to have her and anxious to hear what young families in Cotonnet have to say.
Can I have a seconder from the Claudine? Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to propose Rapi Soka to also be part of our board member.
Rappy? What do you say, Rappy?
It's a pleasure.
You accept? For those of you who don't know, Rappy is the new director here of the CRC, the Centre Réseaux Communautaires. He's just taken over recently-ish, and he has a lot of, he's got the ear to the Cotonnet community groups. He's trying to work with everybody to see what their needs are, whatever, and I think he would be a perfect addition to our board. Right, guys?
Can I have a seconder for Rafi? Who? Anybody? Jennifer Chapman?
Welcome. Thank you so much for your implication. We'll let you, you'll tell us the same thing in a year. What's that? It's been so long, initiation, a little bit of.
Steve will be acting, President Howard?
No, what we're going to do is in terms of titles,
Yeah.
will be done at our next board meeting.
Okay.
We get to fight over that in private.
Are we ready for a question period?
We're
Period
ready,
de
Jerry.
questions. This is the fun part because you get to put people on the spot.
But, no, please don't.
So if you have a question, please stand up and say who you are and say who your question is directed to.
And where you live.
Your address.
Are there any questions? Yes, Sharon.
Another question. Another question. Are you still not having the mandate to do the graffiti, to clear the graffiti?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Cleaning,
Are you not?
to clean the graffiti. We lost, if I may, we lost, I'm gonna say 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, we actually lost the funding for graffiti removal. And it was given to the borough, so now we refer citizens 2311, they contact the borough, and I guess it's blue collars who do removing, and it's, I believe, it's from private addresses. You'd have to inquire, but it's no longer us for about a couple of years now.
Can I repeat though? I'm asking this
Oh.
before. And I repeat that the team that was in place to remove the graffiti supported many of us who work out on the street in many different capacities. They were a wonderful addition to PrEP and to the neighborhood. And I, as a resident of the neighborhood, I noticed that they're not there. And I'm sure private residents and people who live around commercial arteries could attest to that fact too. That it seems to be a little bit less efficient.
Sure. Can we ask Sharon a question?
Sure.
Sharon?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I sympathize profoundly with what you're saying, but I'm very curious to know what you or anyone else in the room can recommend or suggest that be done to address the concern that you have. You obviously feel that you are not being helped in the way that you once were because something was removed, and we're all gonna nod our head and say, yeah, that sucks, blah, blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
my recommendation is to get that team back
And
in
how
the
would we,
hands of
how would we do
PrEP.
that?
So they worked with us, they worked in tandem with all of us.
Right, I understand that, but do you have any ideas how we might accomplish that? Or anybody in the room, I'm not trying to put you.
We're heading towards the strategic plan for at least our neighborhood, so.
Okay,
I
Okay,
don't know,
okay.
can
I don't
we,
know, but let's put it on everyone's person, maybe.
Maybe I can answer that. Tina just reminded me that it's not a solution, but a small bit of a solution. At Éco-Quartier, both in Côte-des-Neiges and NDG, we have graffiti kits to remove graffiti, but it's the citizens who have to do it themselves. But I'm sure Peter would agree with me that when people feel strongly about an issue, borough council, right?
Of course. The next one is Monday, April 3rd at 5151 Port St. Catherine. If you have a question, please stop at 6:30. Why 6:30? And you can sign up and ask a question to the council, to the mayor, or to the whole council.
Monday, April 3rd?
Yeah, Monday.
Yes.
J'ai quand même prendre le temps de faire une intervention. C'est vraiment difficile majoritairement de tout ce qu'on a fait, mais je pense qu'au nom du programme de la sexualisation, on a eu une année 2016 extrêmement difficile à la tête de nos financements. On est passé de, il nous reste 5 semaines comme projet à soulever, à essayer de trouver des fonds. Je voudrais vraiment adresser un immense merci à plusieurs partenaires qui nous ont soutenus, à la page jeunesse populaire, le Joël Manteau qui nous ont financé pour qu'on puisse poursuivre la mission du projet. J'ai aussi Terry, Alain, Brigitte, Julie, Nicolas, mais qui ont fait un effort phénoménal de remplir 5 demandes, grosses demandes de financement. 5, ça va dans le gros, mais c'est des heures et des heures et des heures de travail. Puis un immense merci aux partenaires qui nous ont donné de l'appui, qui nous ont appuyés, qui nous ont permis de survivre dans les mois qui vont suivre, dans l'année qui vont suivre. Donc, je pense que c'est vraiment important de m'amener que la communauté s'est vraiment ralliée autour du projet Éco-Quartier. Ça me fait chaud au cœur. Puis ça nous donne aussi la reconnaissance, c'est juste moi. Mais ça me donne beaucoup d'énergie pour continuer à travailler là-dessus. Donc, je tenais à dire merci, notamment à la communauté.
Yes, Peter.
Okay, we kind of went over the financial notes quickly, so if you don't mind, I just want to go back because I just trying to get a handle on it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have been running a deficit, I guess, because your funding's been dropping a little bit.
Last year we ran a big deficit.
Yes.
Because, well, we've always saved for a rainy day. We've always been able to eke out some surpluses, and after 30 years, this was, we always said, oh, we're going to save for a rainy day. Guess what?
Rainy days come.
2016 was a rainy day.
But I mean, what's the plan to, how does it look for 2017 being or not being a rainy day?
At the end of 2016, we were ready with our termination papers for some of the staff. As Fanny was saying, we were fervently writing up applications, and it seems that we're getting like 3 or the 4 out of the 5 are coming in, and it's positive. So we used our rainy day properly. We kept staff on. We didn't go crazy. We kept staff on, and now we'll be able to pay them.
Okay, and your biggest funding cut was with the city center tandem program, or was that?
No, tandem was saved, although I can tell you that it wasn't a great year. Tandem was supposed to be cut at the end of this
so you
year.
were nervous,
It was supposed to be taken away from the organizations and given to one big group. But the powers that be at Center City had other priorities, like pit bulls and stuff. So they said that they decided that they didn't have time to work on us. But I'm assuming that at the end of this year, there'll be news, I don't know. Maybe something else
Be a
will come along.
change.
Maybe something else will come along, I don't know. And like I said, the hypersexualization, Fanny and Julie, unfortunately, were told that like on December 31st that they're
And that was funding from the provincial for the hypersexual? Okay.
Minister of Public Security, who, in fact, have decided that they are going to fund us for 2017 until new funding is available.
Okay. All right, well, keep up the search then.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Marlo.
I'm just curious because you have a really strong outreach team, and you've got street workers, and you're out there working, like connecting with people who are isolated. And there has been some changes to social assistance in the last, I think it was 6 months ago, legislation was passed. Donc, je voulais savoir si sur la rue, là, sur le terrain, est-ce que vous constatez que les gens sont plus isolés, à risque, que les moyens sont plus serrés, là? Because, like, are you starting to see the echoes of that legislation, the cuts to social assistance and restructuring and basically workfare programs in Quebec?
Anyone? Outreach?
Yes,
Outreach, street workers.
Ben, non, ben, je veux dire, dans un quartier comme Côte-des-Neiges, étant donné que la ligne est mince constamment, je veux dire, je pense pas qu'on va voir un impact immédiatement ou que ça soit visible parce que les gens déjà vivent déjà dans la précarité presque à temps plein. C'était l'animation pendant que je parle. Donc, non, c'est ça. Fait que je pourrais pas vous dire, mais je veux dire, le quartier quand même, ça reste quand même un quartier quand même assez fragile en termes de tout ce qui est pauvreté, d'immigration, visa, santé mentale auprès des jeunes, etc., dépendance de drogue. Autant qu'il y a des bonnes choses qui se passent dans les quartiers aussi, les familles sont unies, les familles occupent les parcs durant l'été, les familles occupent bien les organismes aussi, donc même ici au 67-67, quotidiennement les gens ils affluent, ils viennent consommer, ils viennent utiliser les organismes, les services que les organismes vous offrent. Donc c'est pas quelque chose que je peux observer moi, je sais pas si mes autres collègues ont pu observer ça, mais pour l'instant nous on n'observe rien. Ouais, exactement.
Marlo, and in the other sense, when you start to see, depending on where, I'm not sure if it's directly related to certain legislation or not, but when we start to see cuts in like recreation programs from community centers or sports centers or things like that, then we see a bit of a rise more in flanage in places like metro stations and places like that, where people start to feel unsafe. So it really depends where the cut happens, when the cut happens, and then we go with that.
Any other questions? Peter?
The committees here that I see you're associated with, I see you're associated with Comité Femmes Pirates. Buccaneers, okay. Actually, my real question was, I was wondering if you were on somebody from Prévention was on the new poverty committee at the borough.
We are not. we weren't invited.
I'll pass that along.
Any other questions? Thank you. Before I ask Terry for her final words, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me here today. And I have to say, this is the smoothest AGM I've ever been at. Smooth. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Jerry.
We're going to do Varia and Annonce also. We forgot to put them in. Yes, absolutely. I just want to do a couple of thank yous too. I know Steve wants to speak a little bit, but I would be remiss if I did not thank the amazing AGM committee who put this together. They rock. And I wrote their names down because I always forget someone and that's not fair. So, by the way, our annual report is done in-house. We do it ourselves. It's the only, we send it out for printing. We don't print it, but the writing, the formatting, everything is done by us, and the formatting is done by Iro Pilokivi, great formatter. So the AGM committee is made up of Iro, Nikki, Al, Mac, Jennifer, and Miranda, and they rock. So if you ever need an AGM committee, Jerry, what would we do without you? Thank you. I just wanted to. Patrick's on the AGM committee. I told you I forgot someone. Every year it's the same thing. Not that I forget Patrick, but that I forget someone. Jerry is being thanked right now. Actually, also when we start writing the annual report, we have two moms of the staff who do all the proofreading. So Rain and Andre, who are not here, I keep inviting moms, but they don't show up. I'm not sure why. Jerry, this is for you. Whoa. What the hell is in here?
Well, thank you very much.
To my incredible staff who put up with me on a daily basis. We always say that we're a dysfunctional family. No crying. They are the best, and it is an honor to work with you guys. So thank you so much for putting in the time and the energy and the smiles and keeping it light sometimes when we need to. You're the best staff ever. Dr. Steve, would you like to say something?
I just would like to extend some thanks before we all go home, especially to those people who are here today who represent the public at large and who are not members or in some way associated with Tandem and its organization. First of all, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Terry St. Marie for all of the work she has done in her capacity as head of Tandem. On behalf of the board, I would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of the heads of the various departments from whom we've heard earlier today about the work that they do. I don't know about you, but as a private citizen, I'm always impressed and astonished by the quality of the work that they do. And I just wish that I had extremely deep pockets so that I could fund them perpetually to carry on the work. I think we all understand, whether we can afford to indulge our fantasies or not, that a private-public partnership is required, that what you really need in the end is private citizens working with organizations within a community to try and make that community the best that it can be. And what we have here is a model for the balance of the city, if not the province. And why stop at the borders of Quebec? We might even consider Canada, because you have had visitors from other provinces come to visit to see how you operate. I would like to thank Peter McQueen, who is also vital in helping Tandem continue the work that it's doing through his interventions. I'd like to also extend a heartfelt thank you to Commander O'Malley and Isabelle Dubé and Nathalie Cote and Claire Parkinson, who are here representing the police. I think it is very, very obvious that that's why it's called Tandem. You need to work with the police and with everyone else in the community to assure a safe and vibrant community. So thank you for everyone showing up today, and I hope to see you all next year. And what we need to do is to see what more we all can do to help Tandem. Did you want to say something? I'm sorry? Oh, okay. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Announcements? Varia, announcements? Anyone? Thank yous, please.
So in the room we have Amel somewhere. She's taking pictures for us. She's one of Éco-Quartier's many volunteers. So thank you to her for coming here today. And I'm gotta say, we're a community program, but the community also gives back to us. On our lovely little snack and beverage table, the community really came through for us. So I'm hoping to encourage you guys to shop there also. So the Maxi across the street, very, very generous with us. And also a new sponsor for us is Food Thai, which is a grocery store inside the plaza, which was kind of fun for us. And also Tim Hortons was generous to give us some coffee also. So just wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you, Nikki. I had it written down somewhere. Thanks. Anyone else? Marla, yeah.
Thank you, that was a really awesome AGM. It's always nice to see just the work that you do on a day-to-day basis, but more just captured in this creative way, and love the Joe show in the corner there. One thing I just wanted to make sure was on people's radar is something called Plan NDG. So we just launched a Facebook page yesterday. You can find it under Plan NDG, and this is in partnership with the NDG Community Council. We're doing strategic planning for the next 3 years. So looking at how best to orient the resources of the council and all of its partners to lift up the community in different ways. Donc, je vous invite d'aller sur la page Facebook, puis aussi de sauver la date de 13 mai pour la conférence Qualité de vie. So get out your planners. May 13th is the Quality of Life Conference. And the first subject on the Plan NDG Facebook page is on housing. So feel free to express yourselves on what needs to change and improve around housing in the neighborhood.
Yes, Nikki.
Sorry, I'm trying to make a point. As the Éco-Quartier is part of the prevention team, we're trying to make this as eco an event as possible. So you'll see that we have mostly reusable dishes, and please feel free to leave your dishes where they are. We'll go by, and we're going to compost almost all the food, and such. It'll be very easy for us to just leave it there.
Anyone else want to plug something? Meeting? Jerry?
Just let you know that New Hope has a bus, a 20-seat bus that we rent out to community groups or to anyone at a much reduced cost as per renting a bus through a bus company here in Montreal. It's a minibus, air conditioned. It has a microphone you can talk and say, "There's the St. Joseph's Oratory," and it's rented out really, really cheap. So I'll send the coordinates to Terry, and she can send it all out to you guys. Our bus is available.
Party on Jerry's bus.
There you go.
If anybody likes going to AGM's, Loyola Center is having theirs April 29th, which is a Saturday, and if you have children, because we're a community center that has a mandate for 3 to 17-year-old kids, parents and adults and community members can come to the meeting, and little people will have an Easter egg hunt and the participation 150 challenge at the same time.
What time on April
3
29th?
to 5 p.m. on Saturday the 29th.
At the center?
Yes. 4850 Coronation. We're now located in Focus and Outreach High School.
Anyone else? Staff? People? Staff? No?
Call it.
Oh, hey. Merci, Fanny.
ajouter parce que j'ai souligné tantôt quand j'ai été interviewé par le magnifique Joe ici, que le festival art urbain, donc on passe un peu le flambeau, mais en même temps on demeure collaboratif avec Elementality et très impliqué dans le sens où on reste fiduciaire premièrement de ce projet-là et on tient à rester impliqué, mais aussi parce que plusieurs membres de l'équipe s'impliquent autant au niveau de l'organisation que des bénévoles, etc. La communication, Guillaume qui est responsable du volet art visuel, etc. Donc le festival, on l'espère, va encore continuer pour une bonne dizaine d'années à cause des machines. Sinon, à titre de responsable des communications, je terminerai en vous invitant encore une fois à consulter le site internet de Prévention pour vous tenir au courant de ce qui se passe, etc. On a le Nexus aussi par lequel on partage tout ce qui se passe à Prévention. Donc voilà, on vous invite à suivre ce qui se passe avec notre équipe.
And with that, would anyone like to move to adjourn?
I would like to.
Joseph? Al? Oh, look at that. Merci, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Please help yourself to some more snacks.
Je suis arrivée, je me suis perdue. Je suis allée, je sais pas où. Je suis revenue. C'est correct. D'accord.